Yes, there are rules, systems or paths that people you admire follow to achieve the results you want to achieve. Even if they didn't plan to follow those paths or systems, when you look at it, they did. That means it is possible to know what the ingredients of success are. The problem with those ingredients is that people don't want those to be the ingredients to create success. They don't want it to be dedication for years, they don't want it to have to become competent and responsible in order to make good decisions on that subject, and they do not want to have to stay responsible with their resources without spending them on tastes, whims or hobbies. Most people seek to reformulate the recipe for success, but despite the story of each successful person is different, they all follow common steps that lead them to follow their path to success. As a coach, I see too many people working hard to get away from what they say they want, and I have details of their situations, of what they do, of what they do not do. They spend years doing many things to get what they want, but they don't do what is necessary to get it. They do what they want to do to get it. They want to get that goal the way they want to get it. They don't want to do what the real world forces you to do to get that result, whether you like what you're going to have to do or not. And the thing is, what you have to do to get what you want is not illegal, it's not unethical, or it's not betraying anyone, or it is not scamming anyone. I learned this lesson many years ago. You don't have to become a bad person to get the success you want in all areas of your life. You don't have to sell your soul. What you do have to do is do those things that until now you weren't willing to do. This "what I'm willing to do" trap is your biggest mistake. If you are not even on the right path to get what you want, you need to open yourself up to all those other options which you haven't been willing to do until now. Because if you are failing and if you are not even on the right path to get it, that means your right path is among those other options that you haven't been willing to do until now. Until I was 18, I will tell myself, I want these results in my life, but I want them in this way. And I failed completely the whole time I did that, until I opened my mind and was willing to do things the way they were necessary to get those results, not do things the way I wanted them. I had a huge misconception of what was right and what was not, and I limited myself because of that wrong belief, because I didn't understand how things really get done, and that if a person doesn't follow that path, those steps, if a person doesn't gather and work on the ingredients that can really open the doors to that result you say you want, you're simply not going to get it. No matter how much time you put into it or how much passion, talent and desire you put into it. Doing what it takes to get what you want is a path. You don't get things quickly and easily. There are steps in between, but at least you can know that you are on the right path. You are not going to be on the path you want, but you must be willing to walk the path that is necessary to achieve that success. Understanding this and applying it is the true price of success. And you don't have to sell your soul, you don't have to scam anyone, and you don't have to negatively manipulate anyone. If you want the result, there are a number of ways to get it, and there are a number of ingredients that you have to gather and cultivate to get it, no matter what the goal is that you want to achieve with your business, financially, in your personal life, or in your health. And you may like what it takes to get there more, or you may like what it takes to get there less, but those are your options. And if you are not willing to walk that path, that's okay. But then maybe you have to start acknowledging that there are other things that you want more than what you say you want to achieve. Because what you say you want has a price. And if you don't want to pay that price, even if you don't have to sell your soul to get it, but you don't like what you are supposed to do anyway for the amount of time you are supposed to do it, then that's not what you want. Or you do want these huge results, that fame, that glory, but because you are not willing to do what it takes to get there in the right path, then you are going to have to accept that you are not going to get it, because you are not going to do what it takes to get there. And that's okay too. Most people want great results at something, but they aren't willing to live the way it takes to be the ones to produce those results after years of repeating and accumulating the right actions. That's how it works. I didn't like finding out either, but I learned it, I understood it, and I accepted it. It is what it is anyway. And then I decided to commit to learning how things get done, so I know what ingredients I need to put together to create the results I want to create. What is your decision now that you know the price of the success you want? Be honest with yourself and start working the path you choose. Follow me to see me walk my path and to learn with the content that I will be sharing to help you navigate your own. What is the recipe then, and how you can adapt it to your specific situation? That's possible to do, and we are going to do a lot of that together. See you here!